What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to Chasing Sunsets. Let's continue. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. At the end of the last episode, it looks like we finished the chapter. Let's continue. See where we are. Chapter 4, The Storm. Ooh. Could be good, could be bad. Campbell home 16 years ago. Back as kids again. Snore. As is left of Hurricane Tegan blows through the greater Boston area, residents are warned. Psst, Alex, wake up. What? Big storm, Alex. I declare emergency Bedfort. Oh yeah? What's the password? Jake gives you a frustrated look. Maybe Mommy and Daddy's Bedfort has less attitude. Just kidding. Get in before I change my mind. Jay wiggles in next to you with a satisfied sigh. Her soft breath tickles your nose. We should have more emergency Bedforts, not just for storms. Why? I don't know. I just like it here. Well, as soon as it's safe, you gotta go back to your own bed. We'll see about that. As her warmth and scent surrounds you, a strange tingle forms in the pit of your stomach. The two of you lay without speaking, listening contently as the wind wreaks havoc outside. Alex? I'm sleepy, sis. You can stay until it's safe. I'll take first watch. Jay waits until your breathing deepens, and she thinks you've drifted off. I'm safe wherever you are, Alex. You know that, silly. Soon, Jay's soft snoring joins your own as the storm continues to rage. We're back in the present again. Jay stares moodily out at the overcast morning. No tanning this morning, I guess. Those are some ugly clouds. Jay glances at the journal in her hand as she moves towards her bed. So, he rode the Trans-Siberian to Moscow and flew back to Palmero from there. I've been drinking a lot more lately. It's a good way to not dwell on what I could have done differently. Still, waking up in David's place makes putting it behind me impossible. Poor Alex. David's death really messed him up. My last update is anything to go by. I've been on a month-long bender. I have to find a better way to cope. There are no answers in the bottle. Could I just walk into his room and hug him? No, there'd be questions. There's a new entry a few days later. Mom left a voicemail. Mom and Dad are coming to Sicily tomorrow. I thought it'd be tough to face them, but I feel relieved. What? I wonder if it's just the two of them, or if Jay's with them. This must be the reunion he didn't want to talk about. Wait, Dad and Mom met up with Alex just a week before? A wave of emotion sweeps through her, and she fights back pooling tears. Smiling through the pain, she feels a weight on her heart lifted. You couldn't know it was goodbye, but at least you saw each other before the end. Jay lays back with her eyes closed until the swirling emotions recede. Odd. He didn't write anything about how it went or what they talked about. Skipping ahead, he paid off his tab at there and hello, what do we have here? Oh, he got picked up by some married chick on the way out. She was so timid, I thought she had me mixed up with some celebrity. She said I was her pick, and asked to come back to my place. I almost said no. There was something intriguing about her. Yep, he's gonna bang her. Am I really gonna do this to myself again? Jay feels a flash of jealousy, which is quickly overwhelmed by curiosity. Already there. I should just count all of his journals to see how many he packed for. Her name was Fiona, and she said this was payback for her husband's cheating. I should have backed out, but I didn't, and I know why. Red hair, green eyes. Wait, this was just a few months ago. Does this mean he's still... I thought I had Jay on my head, but Fiona proved that wrong. Even the scent reminds me of Sis. Oh shit. Oh shit. Well, I can't read that, YouTube and all. Whoops. You awaken suddenly as one of your journals slides off your desk and onto the floor. Huh. There must be a pretty good surf up. The boat's moving more than usual. Let's take your phone. You see you have a message waiting. Guess I'm starting my day off with Fiona tear crazy. Text me when you wake up, darling. Ugh. Fiona again, eh? I'm just gonna ignore it. I've ignored the last ones too. I'm not in the mood for her particular brain of crazy this morning. I better get a shower before the bathroom gets busy. God, this feels amazing. I even managed to get the shower without flashing my junk to every girl on the deck. Yeah. As you soak in the warm water, you hear the bathroom door open. Occupied? Jay strides in nonchalantly and begins detangling her hair as if you weren't there. I'll be quick. This humanity really does a number on my hair. Jesus Christ, Jay, I'm naked in here. Oh, please. It's not like we haven't shared a bathroom before. That was before you had those. Jay glances at your poorly concealed crotch in the mirror and smirks. We've certainly grown a bit since then, haven't we? Do any of the locks around here work? Yeah, about that. The bathroom door is janky. This is revenge. For the container on the docks, isn't it? Jay turns and approaches the shower, her intense emerald gaze boring into you. Her movement oozes sexuality, which your thing interprets as a green light to mutiny. Oh god, no. Not now. Hurry up, I'm almost done. Jay's smoldering eyes deepen into yours before drifting downward. Are you really, though? I knew it. This is payback. With a mischievous smirk, Jay turns back towards the mirror. Oh, Alex, you aren't getting off that easy. That wasn't payback. This is payback. Your renegade thing ignores your outraged glare. Definitely had to skip over Jay being topless there. Seriously? What is wrong with you? 30 minutes later. Arriving at the conference room minutes later, you find a girl seated across from George. Morning, George. Ladies, sorry I'm late. Jay shoots you a wicked smirk. You were sure in the shower for a while, massaging out some tension. It's fair to say I was dealing with an unexpected pain. Was that a slight limp I detected when you walked in? Want to take bets on which of us walks funny when this game is over? Ooh, I love games. Oh, Mallory. He got it. With the clear intention of interrupting the banter. Alex, I promised I'd tell you everything when I left your room last night. Last night? Yeah. Miller just dropped by to review what we've uncovered in Mom's notes. Uh-huh. If you don't mind, we should get started. There's a lot to cover this morning. Miss Chapman, since you've already begun, the floor is yours. Maria looks uncharacteristically nervous as she begins. So, I've been transparent about my father working with Sarah at Prizer, and about his suicide when I was young. Alex gave me a quick rundown. What an awful thing to carry with you. Yeah, well, the more I discover, the less awful that memory becomes. Digging through his storage unit told me the real story of who he was. And who he wasn't. What do you mean? He was obsessed with a colleague at the office. Kept detailed files on her. Candid photographs, a lipstick-stained coffee cup, even a hair clipping. Went so far as to put his career on hold to continue working with her. We're not talking about your mom, are we? No, we're talking about yours. I don't recall Sarah ever mentioning a secret admirer or stalker. I doubt she ever saw him as one. He was very meticulous. He wrote about asking her out after her divorce and getting turned down. Ah, yes. Sounds like he didn't take no for an answer. Prezzer tried to pull him off Prenya to pursue Crucible full-time, but he refused to leave Sarah's team. Until she quit, anyway. That should have been the end of it, then. You'd think. And now you know a little bit about who Devin Chapman was. What's relevant to me has more to do with who he wasn't. Mallory pauses, and you can see the conflict in her eyes. Encourage or wait? Let's encourage. You won't be judged for your father's sins. Getting what you're after will be a lot easier if we all know how to help you. It's just very personal. When Dad passed, OCFS ran my DNA to identify my next of kin. That's when I learned Devin Chapman was not my father. No relation at all, in fact. Well, that's a relief. But I'll confess I don't see where this is going yet. Well, the obvious explanation was that my mother had an affair. I had that theory tested when I finally tracked her down. Again, no DNA match. Imagine learning everything you grew up believing about who you were was a lie. Desperation, I ran my DNA against the lock of Sarah's hair from my... Oh, no. Ah, now it makes sense. Those are the DNA results you shared with me in Boston. One of them, I submitted 5 tests, and they all came back inconclusive. All except one. What did the test results say, George? You hear footsteps approach, and you are interrupted by Captain Oliver and Sophie. Apologize for the intrusion, George, but Leinani has changed course. Leinani? Leinani is a tropical cyclone that was projected to swing north of the islands. Damn. Just what we didn't need. What can we expect if it hits us? 40-knot winds, rough seas, at best, but smart captain plans for the worst. That means we must be safely anchored at the hurricane hole before shutdown. Hurricane hole? A sheltered bay to weather the storm. But much needs to be done between now and then. All hands, including guests, will be needed to help prepare. Lisa's flight arrives this afternoon. If it doesn't get diverted, she'll need a pickup. I need storm supplies fetched from the marina shop regardless. That is near the airport. Alex, please head into town and collect her supplies and our CEO when she arrives. Jay, you'll help Oliver and the crew prepare the sunset for heavy weather. Come, Miss J, I'll show you what to do. But don't worry, dear. He's not that naughty. Without permission. It's not that, Sophie. I just wanted to finish listening to what Mallory had to say. Then please join me on the bridge when you are ready. Oliver leaves, but to your surprise, Sophie remains, her curiosity piqued. So, 4 of the DNA tests were inconclusive. What did the 5th test say? There's a high probability that I am Sarah's sister. So she be your aunt? Jay just stares in astonished disbelief while something profound clicks into place for you. That's not possible. You're years apart. You look nothing alike. That test result is why I've allowed her to join us. I can't think of a rational explanation. Think it's possible. I don't see how. Her aunt? I guess we don't know anything about the grandparents. Maybe it's like a half parent, only related to the mother, not the father. Well, we gotta think too. Jay is not her daughter. Jay is the dad's daughter, which is not the same. So, I think it's possible. I've had these little deja vu moments around her since we first met. Little mannerisms, quirks, even her scent. There's something to this. Just don't see a resemblance. Then let us set aside conjecture and look to science. Sophie steps up purposely toward a confused Mallory. Okay. What are you doing, girl? Ow. Dr. Allard won't settle for inconclusive. She'll get to the bottom of this. Dr. Allard? Don't look so surprised. Sarah was my colleague long before she was my friend. How do you think Oliver got this job? To be absolutely clear, I have no interest in the estate, no matter what the test reveals. I just want to find out who I am, and then I'll be on my way. That's not how things work in his family, Mallory. Yeah, seriously. Once you're part of it, we don't let you go that easy. Whether you like it or not. You can't help but notice Jay is looking at you as she says it. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Now, was there anything else? Yes. I have an impossible favor to ask of you, and you have a million reasons to say no. What kind of favor? A shipment of PGB-132, earmarked for human trials, was recovered from customs yesterday. Mon Dieu! How could you know of this? I found Sarah's notes on Project October, PGB-132, in the storage room on campus. Here's the thing. I need to pick someone up from the airport, too. Amanda? Yes. Who is this Amanda? My best friend. She suffers from a rare variant of Rett syndrome. I'm going to stop you right there. What you're alluding to is out of the question. Ethical implications aside, we risk handing Prizer a victory by violating a court order. About that, if we neutralize the crooked judge, we nullify the court order. We? Chapman, if removing a sitting federal judge were that easy? I reached out to some colleagues after Alex told me what we're up against. On Thursday, Ledger will publish Judge Bear's text history with his ex-wife. Those text messages confirm your suspicions and will force his recusal, if not arrest. Setting aside for the moment that your friends hacked a federal judge's phone, if the price tag for it is treating your friend with PGB-132, we can't help you. No, I did help Alex, even though it does remove an obstacle. It's also my way of thanking you all for the kindness you've shown me. And, for the record, there was no hacking involved. His ex-wife gave him up. Why would she do that? Wasn't she about to be set for life? Because, in exchange, Ledger offered to paint her as part of the sting. With Judge Bear likely to face criminal charges, it wasn't an easy choice. Still, impossible. Maybe when it's all cleared up we can see about... Don't be ridiculous. You're a better man than this, George. Excuse me? We were already in candidate selection for human trials when Sarah passed. But we're not talking about a trial here, assuming she's even a candidate. We're talking about rogue science. What will we tell her family if things went sideways? But think of what we could tell them, and the world, if it went right. Let's not hide behind liability. She is a consenting adult, and we were ready months ago. It's all academic anyway. Lisa would have to make the call. You and I both know she'll listen to you. Sophie glances at the two of you meaningfully. And Sarah's children. Can I say something? It's actually where we're going to leave it off for today. Interesting turn of events. So Mallory is potentially are like ant, half ant. I don't know how to say it. I'm assuming it's only one parent, obviously. The only one she'd be actually related to by blood is Alex, anyways, which is kind of weird. So let's see what else there is. Thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. I'll catch you all in the next one.